Why power employees are on strike in Jammu and Kashmir? Approximately 30 to 40% of areas in the Union Territory have been without power since Saturday morning. Over 20,000 employees, including linemen and engineers of power transmission and distribution corporations in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, are on indefinite strike since midnight on Friday to protest the privatization of power assets and delay in payment of salaries. Approximately 30 to 40% of areas in the Union Territory have been without power since Saturday morning, while the power employees are insisting on withdrawal of the privatization move. The government has said that this is inevitable in view of already delayed unbundling of power sector reforms. With no quick resolution to the crisis inside, power outages seem likely to continue across the Union Territory. The administration on Sunday had requestioned the help of the army to help maintain critical electricity stations and water supplies. Reforms and protest. Power sector reforms were rolled out in the Union Territory in 2019 with the formation of separate transmission and distribution corporations for the Jammu and Kashmir division. Existing employees of the J&K government's Power Development Department were moved to this corporation. While the government promised there would be no charge in the conditions of service, salaries and other emoluments, employees complained of salaries being delayed. Last month they received their salaries 5 days after Diwali. On December 4, the government announced the privatization of power assets through a joint venture of its transmission and part of distribution corporation with Power Grid Corporation of India. Restive employees opposed the decision, and issues such as regulation of daily wage earners and working conditions of field staff added to the anger over delayed salaries triggered the strike. Demand response. Employees are seeking a return to the old system in which salaries came out of the budgetary grant to the department instead of grants in aid to the corporation. Earlier wage bills prepared and passed by executive engineers were sent directly to the treasury. In the present system, the engineers send salary bills to the newly appointed chief accounts and pay officers (CAPSO), who are authorized to send salary bills to the treasury. Since each capo looks after several divisions, a delay in one division leads to salaries in all divisions getting delayed, the protesting employee says. According to the government, the JV and the power grid is unavoidable. However, it has promised to re-examine the concerns expressed by the employees and to address them after taking all stakeholders into confidence. It has also promised to put in place a mechanism to ensure timely release of salaries. Power and potential. J&K has potential to generate nearly 20,000 megawatt of power, including nearly 12,000 megawatt over 3,000 megawatt and 500 megawatt in the Chenab, Jhelum and Ravi basins respectively. Once the entire potential is exploited, the Union Territory will have surplus power and can be an energy exporter. Currently, however, only about 1,000 megawatt is generated by idle power projects owned and operated by J&K Power Development Corporation and nearly 2,200 megawatt by projects owned and operated by NGFPC. But in winter, as water levels fall in the river, generation of J&K, PDC and NHPC goes down to 100 to 150 megawatt and 200 to 250 megawatt respectively. J&K's power requirement is in the order of 2,400 to 2,500 megawatt, which rises to 2,600 to 2,700 megawatt during peak demand hours. Nearly 1,100 megawatt is allocated by the Ministry of Power. 1200 megawatt is sourced from the Indian Energy Exchange and 100 megawatt comes from other sources. Both peak and non-peak power consumption in J&K is higher this year than last year. Thank you.